All right, hey everybody, this is Evan with KWRI Marketing. Thank you for joining us today for Command Overview class. To get started, we're going to start by going to our agent.kw.com, which is going to take us right here to our command login screen. Again, that's going to be agent.kw.com. And then we're going to go ahead and log in with our KW username and password. Now, I do want to go ahead and let you know that the username is not case sensitive. So if something looks capitalized, it doesn't have to be. If you put lowercase, it's perfectly fine. However, your password is going to be case sensitive. So make sure you're capitalizing and using any punctuation where it's supposed to be. And be very careful not to accidentally hit the space bar before you start typing or after you're done typing and before you hit enter, because that will not allow you access if there's a space in there anywhere. Now, if you need to check your password, you can click on this little eyeball right here, and that will allow you to view the password that you have entered. So that way you can make sure you entered it correctly before you hit sign in. Now, if you are not able to sign in, if you're getting an incorrect login error, that may be something may happen with your password. It may have been updated, you forgot it. You can always use this forgot password feature right here below. This is going to send a password reset link to the password recovery email that you have on file. I will be showing you in just a little bit where to find that email address so you can make sure it's up to date in case you ever need to use the forgot password option. So we're going to go ahead and click on sign in. And this is going to take us to our command dashboard. Now, to get started, we're going to go ahead and start over here at the top left. You should see that you see the command, connect, and if you hold a leadership role with your market center, you should see command MC. If you're not part of leadership and you see this, then you may need to reach out to your MCA. Something may got crossed in the wire somewhere, so just reach out to them. Or if you are leadership and you do not see this, same thing, the MCA should be able to give you access. So command is going to be your command dashboard. Everything you see here, all these wonderful little widgets on the left-hand side, this is what command is. The connect section is going to be a lot of different learning opportunities, a lot of different videos. There was a lot of things from the mega camp you can find in here. That was just from mega camp that just happened. They were just posted. You can always do date, new to old. And so you can see some new stuff that was posted in here as well. So some great information under the connect section as well. Just be sure you go ahead and explore it when you have the chance to. And then again, command MC is going to be for leadership. If you hold that role, it's going to be all kinds of back end stuff. Moving down the line, we're going to have this next icon. It's going to be this little storefront icon here, which is your marketplace. This is where you're able to download different applications that are compatible within command and will connect on the back end. Some of these applications are a paid service, so make sure you just kind of take a look at the description and make sure you know what you're purchasing, what you're either purchasing or downloading. Next to the marketplace, there is this little bell here. It's your notifications. When you click on the notifications, you're going to see that you have two main sections, your unread and your read. So any unread messages, once you click view, they are going to go over to the read section, so they will move out of this folder. So if you go looking for them later on, just be sure to search the red box. You are also able to click all notifications drop down and select what kind of notifications you're wanting to see. If you're not wanting all of them, if you wanted to filter them down a little bit, you could do that way. Now, this little number in red next to the bell notification, that is just going to let you know how many unread notifications you have, kind of like on your phone, with your email app or your text messages. So it just shows you how many unread messages you have. We're going to go ahead and skip over our name for just a second, and we're going to go ahead and click on the circle with the question mark. So this is going to be our help and information center. So you are able to find things here such as guided tours. You are able to see, Keller Williams University, which is again more different training options, classes. And you also have a chat with support feature right here. So the chat with support feature is going to be like, if you ever reach out to us for help, we can help you with almost anything that you have issues with. But there are going to be a few instances where we will let you know that you need to reach out to KW support directly for assistance. And we will give you instructions on how to do it too in that email. But this is where you're going to come click chat with support. This is going to open up a little box here, and it's going to give you the option to have a live chat with an agent. So you don't have to send an email and wait for a response back. You can message with them right in real time. So you just simply click get in touch. And then there's going to say live chat, and you just click on live chat and you just fill out this information and it will get you connected with somebody. Now we're going to go ahead and click on our name right here with the drop down. So I do want to let you know, if you are part of a team or if you are part of like the Market Center Pro Coach account, something like that, you should see that second account's going to live right here under the drop down as well. So you can always tell which account you are currently in by which one you see up here at the top. So this is going to be the personal, and then the team account will be right below it. You are also able to update the default. So if you are on a team and you only ever work out of the team account, you can switch it to where when you log in, everything automatically defaults to the team account. So you would have to switch it over to the personal yourself. All right, so the first thing that we're going to see down below here is going to be referrals profile. The referrals profile is kind of like your marketing profile, except for the referrals profile is for the referral section in Command for referral agents to kind of see a little bit about you, see your information, read your bio, things like that. So making sure your referrals profile information is up to date and correct is kind of very important for the referrals. Below that, we have my profile, which we're going to go ahead and dive into. So the my profile section is going to be public. This is public facing information about you. So this is information that if you were to go to KW.com and do the find an agent and find your information, this is where that information is going to pull from. You have the option over here on the top right to where you can toggle on or off the display my profile on KW.com. So that's just, again, that's just a preference. If you don't want it on there, you can toggle it off. Scrolling down, we do have a little bit of about me section. So it's going to have things like your name, profile photo, bio, things like that. Now, I do want to let you know that the information shown here is not the information that pulls onto your agent website. We will be getting to that in just a little bit, but this is just going to be information that's going on to KW.com and on your back end here. Your real estate license number, if that information, your license expiration date, your license number's incorrect, anything like that, you will need to have your MCA update that information for you. We don't have access, and nor do you have access to that either. Your MCA would have to update any license information. And then there should be some general contact information below that as well. Moving along over here on the left-hand side, we're going to go to the My KW section and give that a click. Now, this section, as you can see here, this is internal information about you. So all the information that you see here can only be viewed by you and your Market Center leadership. So there's no public facing information here. Any of the stuff that you see here is not going to be displayed on the website, anything like that. So you have your KWUID. This is going to be used a lot of times when you register for things like family reunion, mega camp. They'll ask you for your KWUID. This is where you can come and find that. You have your KW email section. This is going to be your primary KW.com email. You can click this manage your email link and then go into the back end to update your KW email password. You can create an email alias, which if you don't know about alias emails, we do provide that information. We can assist with that for you. So you just send us over an email to our support team, and one of our great support agents will help you with that. Then we also have login credentials. So if you ever want to update your username or your password recovery email, so this is if you get locked out and you need to send over a reset email to yourself, this is the email address that will go to. So make sure you have this updated accordingly. You can click edit, and this is going to allow you to edit your username or your password recovery email. But if you want to update your password, you click this password reset right here. All right, moving along, we have personal information. Again, just some personal contact information. You have like your KW Communications email where you prefer to receive official KW Communications, things like that. Emergency contact, beneficiary information. You have your profit share account information, sponsors. And then you also have your primary market center down here. So if you are part of more than one market center, you can actually choose to split which market centers are responsible for your profit growth share and your fees. So you can select different market centers to split between the two. You can put them on the same one, whichever your choice is. And then next over here on the left-hand side, we have the My Affiliation section. So this is where you can have your MLS information added for your MLS listings. Now, again, just like the license information, this can only be added by the Market Center MCA. So just make sure that you send the name of the MLS that you are a part of, and also the login, your username. And then below that in My Affiliations, you should have your market center that, shown. So again, if you're part of more than one market center, you should see all of them listed. When you click on them, as an agent, you're going to see a little bit different, but you'll be able to see things such as your contribution to the market center, how much cap, your cap information, things like that. You should see all of that information under these sections. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click back to Command Home. So when you're in the My KW section and you click back on the dropdown, you'll see that it has the Go to Command, Go to Connect, or Log Out option. So be sure you're clicking the Command Home and then go back to the dropdown. And next, we're going to go ahead and click on Settings. So when you click on your settings, this is going to take you back into your application settings. This is going to show you all the different applications that are currently on your account, not necessarily connected, but you'll be able to see that information. So like DocuSign here, you'll see the logo for the application. You'll see the name and a little brief description. And so as well, you'll see any email addresses that are currently connected to that application. So you do want to be careful as well. So if you're one of those people that likes to use the same exact email address for different providers, so say, so this one's Mandy F. Say this was Mandy F at KW.com, but Mandy also has Mandy F at gmail.com and Mandy F at AOL.com. It will only show the part before the at, and then it'll be stars.com. So the only way to really kind of be able to tell what this email address is like disconnect the account and reconnect it. But you'll also be able to see over here if the account is currently connected or disconnected. You'll also be able to see that some of these applications allow for more than one account, and you can tell because it will say one account or it'll just say connected. And then next to that, we do see the disconnect, connect, manage options over here on the far right as well. So we are actually going to go ahead and scroll down, and we're going to go to this section here that says Command Email. This is going to be at the bottom towards Email Services. And we're actually going to go ahead and click on Manage. The reason I like to show this to agents, because this is kind of important. Whenever you first get Command, any smart plan emails, any email campaigns, things like that, when they get emailed to your clients, they're going to come over and the reply to email is going to look a little wonky. The sender name is going to look a little wonky. So We don't want your clients to spam your emails coming in, so make sure that this information is showing correctly. So they know, okay, it's coming from me. The reply to email shows as my email address. So that way it looks a little better and you're not getting, again, your email spammed. The reason it's such a big deal now with getting email spammed is KW is starting to kind of try to crack down on those, I guess is a way to say it. And by me saying that is you have this email health status up here at the top. So green is good, obviously. If you start getting a lot of your emails spammed, you'll notice that this will turn to yellow, which yellow is a warning. But if it turns red, what happens is KW will suspend your emailing privileges, meaning you're not going to be able to send any email campaigns, any email smart plans, or the one-off email that KW now has in command as well, for 4 weeks. And you're going to have to take a email best practices course and pass in order for them to unsuspend your account. So if we want to try to avoid all that, so just make sure you're keeping an eye on this email health status here, which you don't have to go into. You can see it from right here as well. And make sure that those emails aren't being spammed at all possible. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and go over here to the left-hand side. We'll see these other setting options. So how I mentioned earlier about the default account, if you're on a team, under general settings, you can select your default account. If you prefer to default your command to default to your team account instead of your personal, you can do that here. Under command settings, you do have options for like your contacts. You have your contact archive. So if you're going, sorry, one second. I do I do apologize for that, guys. I did not mean, I thought I closed out of that. Okay. So you have things such as like your contact archive over here. So whenever you're in your database, if you have say you go through and you're wanting to clean it up and you go through and archive them, they're not actually going to be deleted. So if you go to say you delete Fred Flintstone, you archive Fred Flintstone's contact information, and then you go back to manually add him in, it's not going to allow it in. It's going to give you an error saying that he's already in your database. Even though you archived him, he's still going to show back here in the contact archive. So it's still going to be sitting here. You're going to have to go through and either permanently remove these, or you can go through and just restore them. However you want to do it, whatever your choice is. But yeah, always make sure you know that this information is going to be back here. Next, we're going to go ahead and just jump into the connect settings, which is going to be our marketing profile. Now, in our marketing profile, I do want to go ahead and reiterate everything that you see in here, all the information that is here is going to be the information that pulls to your KW agent website. So if you are seeing on your website that information is incorrect, your license number, the spelling of your name, your email address, your photo, this is where that is going to pull from. Can almost guarantee somebody's going to ask me later on still. Okay, so I do want to go ahead and let you know that there is a toggle switch here as well. So if you are not wanting your website to be branded to you per se, so if you want just to show the generic kw.com website, you can toggle this off and your information will not be shown there. How do you confirm it is set up correctly? Martha, if you'd like, I mean, at the end of class, we'd be more than happy to look at it together. I don't mind. And then you can also too, whenever we get like when we go through these sections, when we go down here to this section, you can kind of compare it and see. So some of these sections that we're going to go over in this marketing profile, you will notice that there is this little red asterisk next to it, meaning that this is going to be a required field. So something does have to be added in each of those sections in order to save your progress in your marketing profile. So your my photo, this is obviously a required field. This recommended size is 360 by 360, meaning they want it to be a perfect square. As you can see how the image is here, it looks normal. If it is not a perfect square, 360 by 360, it will look kind of stretched, either like stretched long ways or stretched sideways, kind of like a funhouse mirror, like long and lanky or short and stuff. So make sure that this is a perfect square. You can always have us assist you with that, and we can resize it for you. Now, the team logo, this is not a required field. However, we do highly suggest having something here because whenever you send like an email smart plan, there is a footer at the bottom of that. And on one side, it's going to have your my photo, and on the other side, there's going to be a space for this team logo. If you do not have anything added here, it will show as a broken image. Unfortunately, there's no way that we can remove that footer or remove that image space on that. So we suggest either just adding like a generic KW logo, your Mark Center DBA logo. If you have like a team business logo, um, anything like that, you can add it here. And again, this is also going to be a recommended size 360 by 360, just like the My Photo. Scrolling down, we have the My Detail section. So your name, first and last, your license number, if you're on a team, your professional job title, slogan, or designated credentials can all be added here. There is an affiliation section. So if you are part of the military, if you're a veteran, if you are a spouse, there's all different kinds of options here for you to add military affiliations. If you are active duty or if you were part of the military, say in another country, once you click on it, there is all different kinds of options for you to choose from other countries. So if you want to make sure that gets added on there, you can do that here. If you are just a huge supporter of the military and you want that reflected, there is a supporter patriot option as well. Below that, we do have our bio section. So if you have not completed a professional biography yet, and you want to just add all your other information, but you want to skip this, you can just add a period in this box so that way you can save your information and always come back to it later on. Now below that, we have our contact information. So we have mobile phone, office phone, fax if you still have one of those, email or website. Here we have our brokerage information. So it looks like there may have actually been an update because this looks new to me. I've not seen this last week. So we have our brokerage logo and our brokerage information over here. Now, if you do not know how to find your brokerage logo, I'm going to show you. It's fairly simple. So there's this KW Connect link right here. When you give that a click, that's going to take you to your kwconnect.com. And it's going to take you into this logos and branding section. So if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see Market Center logos, and then you'll see the search box right here. You can enter your Market Center number or the name of your Market Center. So the Market Center I used to work for, you can see here it pulls up the number, the name, and then you have a previewed or download option. Now, with this preview download option, I tend to show people how to do this because it downloads a zip file. When you download it, it's going to have you save, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So you have each of these files right here. So whenever you go into them, any of these files that you see like this little image on, or you see JPG or PNG, those are going to be your image files. So when you click on them, you'll see that these are black and white logos with the transparent background. Some of them do not have a transparent background. Or you can go back, and this one is going to be the red and gray and black kind of non-transparent. There's all different kinds of files here for you to use. Transparent background. So whenever you select which one you want, or if you want to go through and save all of them, just make sure when you open the file, your file saver may be kind of different than mine. Just make sure you go through and click save on each one you want saved on your computer. And then once you have them saved, you can just simply use the upload option here. All right, moving along, we have compliance section. So if you are required by your state, county, city, your local board, your market center, there's many different reasons you may have to have some kind of compliance on your website. This is where that is going to go. So you have your legal footer text, and then you also have legal footer links here below. In Texas, that's like the IABS. New York, there's certain ones. Typically, we have this information. So when we set you up during your initial setup, we will already have all this information added for you. But if you ever needed to get it updated later on, you can just reach out to us and we'll assist you. If you need to add another legal footer link, you can click on this add another link, put in the title and then the URL. Or if you need to delete one, you can just click the trash can. Now we do have this legal footer image box here. Now this image box is very tiny, so we don't really recommend putting anything here unless it's like the fair housing logo, the realtor logo, something like that. Something small, doesn't have a lot of words that need to be read, anything like that really. And then below that, we have our social media links. On our website, there is going to be little Facebook, Instagram, Twitter logos under your headshot where clients or potential clients can click on it and we'll take them to these links. And then you also have your Google Analytics ID here. If you have your Google Analytics set up, you can add your Google Analytics ID here. And then there is also one other place that this ID needs to be added, and that's going to be back in the websites section. So when we get back there, we will I'll show you where to add it back there too. If you do not know what Google Analytics ID is, it's basically a way to connect you connect your KW email account to your KW websites through google.analytics.com, I believe it is. Analytics.google, it's one of those, I forget off the top of my head, but it'll basically, you can log in and track all the traffic on your website, see how many people are visiting, how many clicks you're getting on things like that. So definitely reach out to us if you need assistance with that, or if you want to drop it in the chat if you're interested in getting your Google Analytics set up by us. We can take care of it for you. I can grab the link and you just fill out a short questionnaire and we'll assist you with getting that set up. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and make sure at this point you make sure everything is correct. You're going to click save, make sure all your information is saved correctly. So now we're going to go ahead and click back on the little home icon, and then we're going to go back on the drop down. So we've already dug into our My Profile in the settings section. The only other thing under here is going to be command training. So there's some more training options using the command platform right here for you. All right, so anybody, I'm going to take a brief moment. Anybody who may have joined after we started, if you joined us a little late today, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I will be more than happy to answer them as we go, if they're pertaining to where we're at in the training, or you can always save your questions till the end, and I'll be more than happy to go over anything that maybe we didn't go over today. I'll answer any questions for you there as well. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and move along over here to the left-hand side where you see all of your icons. So if you have not familiarized yourself with these icons, you can always click on this red KW at the top, and this is going to pop out the names of them to kind of help you a little bit move through them. So first, we're going to go ahead and dive into the contact section a little bit. Now, the contacts is going to be your database. So first, we have our search bar where you can search through your database by first name, last name, email address, or everything. You have multiple different options there. Let me change this real quick. Okay. We also have a filter option where you can filter the contacts that you are viewing. So if you have a large database and you use a lot of tags and you're trying to find certain contact using certain tag, you can always go to your filter and set up a filtered search using the tags. You also have many other options to use filters as well, just depending on what you're looking for. Now, Smart View is going to be a saved filtered search. So if you're constantly searching, using a filter to search for certain things, you can set up the Smart Views for that. Over to the right, we have our import options. So if you need to import contacts, when you click import, this is going to allow you to download the template. I will tell you one of the top things with command this is my personal opinion. The import is probably going to be one of the most finicky things to do. So we are always available to help you. So you can always email us and we'll help you get those contacts in. When you download this template provided, there is a header that's automatically added on that file. That header cannot be adjusted. You cannot add anything. You cannot remove. You cannot rearrange the order that they're in. That header does have to be left exactly the way it's downloaded. You can also upload your own file here and then go through as the file uploads. It's going to ask you about certain things as the primary things like that. You can do it that way. Up to you if you want to try to do this. Just keep in mind, if it doesn't import properly, we may need to provide you assistance or tell you how to do some cleaning up before we can import. So again, you can always send the file to us and we'll be more than happy to help you with that. Next to the import option, we do have our contacts, add contact button where you can add a contact manually. Again, this is only going to be like to add one or two contacts at a time. When you click add contact, you're going to see that the only thing that is required is going to be the full name. So there's no other information that's required adding the contact. The rest of the information is completely up to you. You do have email options, phone options. You can select a lead source type. So if this is from like a door knocking or something like that, you can select that here. Or if this lead came from a contact, you can connect this lead with what contact in your database it came from. You do have the tag options as well. So you can select whatever tags you have already currently set up in your database, or you can start typing. Let's just say pizza, because we have so many different tags. You can go ahead and click create as new to create the tag there. You also have the add more information option where you're able to add additional contact information. You're able to add more about them information, their legal name, description, birthday, home anniversary. And then you also have custom fields you can add below that. Once you have you've filled in all the information that you are wanting to provide, just make sure you go ahead and click create, and it will create that contact for you. Now up here in the top right, we do see these three little dots. These are going to be our export options. So you can export a copy of all of your contacts. Now I did say copy, so when you do this, this does not delete any of the contacts that are currently in your database. When you click export, you're going to see this brief message up here that goes away pretty quickly, letting you know that they've begun to export them. You're going to need to refresh your web browser and then click on your notifications. And you'll see here that it says contact export has been completed, and then you can download the file there. If you have a large database, you may need to wait a couple minutes before you're able to actually see them in that notification. So you may need to do that a couple times until that shows up. But under this export option, this is also where you're going to be able to see your export mailing labels options here as well. Moving along, we do have this white bar here that you see a couple of different customization options. So you have your customized columns. Your customized columns is going to allow you to select what columns you see here through your database. And then you can reorder those columns however you would like. So if you want to see the date of birth, primary address, things like that, you can reorder them here. Just make sure you click apply, and you'll see that the columns have reordered. Also be careful with these columns, and a lot of people realize that when you hover over in this black section right here, or the dark gray maybe, you'll see that these two little lines with arrows appear. You can click and then drag this, so it will hide or it will show more information, just depending on where you put it. Sometimes people say, oh, my tags are missing. It's just because the columns are kind of collapsed in a little bit. Moving along, we have these are like our view options on how you view your database here. So these are my unofficial what I call them. So this is our list view. And then there's also like a tile view. So you can view your database like this. As you can see, this is kind of a bigger, bulkier way to view it. You don't see as much information. So that's your preference, however you like that to be set up. And then next we have the show option here. So you'll see that this is clickable. If you have a large database, you are able to view up to 500 contacts per page. Instead of just doing 10 by page and then having to page over, you can do 500 and then page over. So just a different show option for you. Now we're going to go ahead and click on the contact name. When you click on the contact name, this is going to take you into the contact card, where you're going to see all that information that we were seeing when we did the add contact that was in the top. All the information, so the name, that it's marked as a lead. You're going to see the tags. You'll see their neighborhood information, and then all that additional contact information down here. Now, as we see up here at the top, right next to the name, there is this L in this little green circle. This stands for a lead, meaning that it is marked as a lead. You are able to see where that lead source came from. So if this lead source went online to your website and they registered an account, or they did the contact me through the website, it will come over as a lead that way as well. And it'll say agent's site, I believe. Now, if they were on your website and registered an account on your website or your app, you will also see a second symbol right next to this L, and it's going to be like a green check mark with a green circle around it. That means that they registered an account. And once their account has been registered on either your app or your website, it's going to put all their contact information into your database. Two, it's going to allow you to do create and send saved searches with them. And three, you're going to be able to track any activity that they're doing. So if they have your downloaded app and they're viewing properties and liking properties and things like that, you can be able to see that through the timeline as well. So you are able to create that for them if you'd like, which we can discuss after class if you want to talk about that later. All right, so going back to contacts, there's one more thing I'm going to show you in this section, which I mentioned it kind of briefly earlier. The new option to send one-off emails with command. So there's a bulk action feature with command. So all these checkboxes next to the contacts, if you select them, you'll see that this box now appears when you select it. So we're going to go ahead and select these two people. And when you click the action dropdown, you're going to see that you have the option to add a lot of different things. So anything that you click on here, so add tags, it is going to do to all contacts that you have selected. So if you scroll down, you should see the send email option. And this is going to open that window, and it's going to put both of those people's email addresses in this to box. Now, I do want to let you know, when you do send this email, this person will not be able to see that this person received the same email. It will be sent to them as a individual email, like nobody else was added to it. They won't be able to see anybody else's response, nothing like that. But from here, you can add your subject, and then you have all these different great options for editing and formatting your email. The only thing with this is there is not an option to add a email signature as in like a photo. There is an email signature option here with using words. You can add the link. You can do it that way. So there's the standard. You also able to click manage signatures, add a new one, edit them, things like that. So you can play around with that however you like. That is your preference. You can also now add merge tags. So you can do contact's name, birthdays. You do a few different options here. Now, keep in mind using this email function here, command only allows you 5,000 free emails per month. So this will pull out of that 5,000 emails that you have allotted per month. Just like your email campaigns and your email smart plans use that same 5,000. So if you need to update your number of emails you get per month, you can do so by clicking manage subscription. All right, so moving along now, we're going to go into tasks. Tasks pretty simple. They are created by smart plans. You can go in and manually add tasks. You can be assigned them if you're on a team. There's many different ways that you can have tasks in your account. Tasks are broken into. Does this use Twilio credits? No, emails do not use Twilio credits. Twilio credits are for texting. So tasks are broken into three different sections. You have to do, completed, and archive. Pretty self-explanatory. To do tasks that have not been done yet that you still need to do. You can see over here the due dates on them. Past due. You have due today, due within the next 7 days, due later, or no due date added. You also have completed tasks that have been completed, and then you also have any tasks that you may have archived. You can also click create new tasks from any three of these sections. Just follow along with the information it's asking for to create your task. All right, next section is going to be smart plans. Smart plans is a way to automate a lot of the communication between you and your clients or whoever's in your database. So we're actually going to go ahead and get started in the library, and we're going to come back to this section. The library is where you can find smart plans that have been created by anybody else in the command platform. So whether it's your Mark Center leadership, whether it's other agents, or whether it's from KWRI themselves. It's kind of like that old saying, like, why recreate the wheel when you don't have to? And this is the perfect example. And I use this example all the time. So holiday times, Thanksgiving, you want to send a Thanksgiving smart plan. You can come to the smart plan library, type it in, and you'll see that there's 286 different smart plans for Thanksgiving. So not necessarily just Thanksgiving, like this one is for Halloween, Thanksgiving, holidays, meaning Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, New Year's, things like that. There's a bunch of different options here, but you can come in here, you can read the descriptions, you can view the steps. So this is just gonna be send email, anytime, happy Thanksgiving. So there's different steps per different smart plan. So you just got to find what works best for you. And then once you find one that you like, you can just click add smart plan, and it's going to add the smart plan into your My Smart Plan library over here. And then once it's been added, you'll be able to find it in the people plan section over here. So you see we do have a lot of different ones. Let me see if I can find one real quick. Here we go. So you'll see that the smart plan, the name of the smart plan is going to be over here. You can see how many contacts that you currently have on the smart plan by this number shown here with an eyeball next to it. When you click that eyeball, it's going to show you who is currently added on that smart plan. You can see their email addresses. And then this is how you can also remove them from the smart plan as well. So you can click the little checkbox, click confirm, remove, and it will remove them. And then you have some more information. The data was created, how long this smart plan lasts. So this smart plan runs for 31 days. This is going to be one touch to our database. And then you have your action options over here. So you can add contacts to the smart plan. You can edit the smart plan when you click on the three dots. You typically would see a copy, a publish, and a delete. But however, because there are people currently assigned, you're not able to delete it or copy it. Those people would have to be removed first. You can also click on this little arrow and view the steps of the smart plan as well. You're also able to click this edit. And when you come into the back end of the smart plan here, you can click on the step and then click learn more. It'll show you like a little bit about the email content. There are also other things too. So if you download, let's see, so like this is our August newsletter that we create for agents to be able to download and use in the smart plan library. When you click on the edit, you can click on the send email, and then you can click on preview to preview this newsletter to see what it is you're downloading, what it looks like, the template, things like that. So you can view the smart plan emails as well. Alrighty, now we're going to go ahead and go into our referral section. So the referral section is going to be broken down into a couple different sections. You have the dashboard, you have the my referrals, you have your map, and then you have my network. So referrals overview section right here is just going to show you, so how many pending invites do you have? How many pending referrals, how many referrals received and how many sent. You have the my referral network, which is going to be the same thing as the my network right here. Yes, Lineal, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Lineal, yes, this is being recorded. Um, sorry. And so you have the my referral network. So you can click on these little drop down arrows to where you can see information about this agent, their name, their location. You see their little bio, contact information. You have private notes. You again, these are private between you two. You have agent stats, so the number of transactions in the last 12 months, the average deal size, and then you have the sales volume in the last 12 months. Now, if you and this referral agent have done any referrals back and forth together before, over here in referral statistics, it will show that referral information, those referral informations right here. Now over here as well, you also see this yellow star. You are able to favorite this referral agent to where you can, let me drop that back down, to where you're able to select a view over here by clicking this star, and you can only view, you'll only be viewing the favorited agents on your list. So next to that, we do have these tag options, kind of like in contacts. However, these tags don't really do much of anything else other than just add them right here. So you can add little tidbits of information about this referral agent, Braves fan or referral, like buyer's agent. There's just a few different things you could do. There's different ways you can tag them, whatever helps you remember things about them. Or you can also put them under the notes section. All right, so my referrals, this is going to break down the referrals. So you have over here pending referrals that are awaiting a response. You have active referrals that you are currently working on. Funded are going to be referrals that are connected to closed opportunities. You have lost referrals, referrals that are connected to opportunities that were marked as lost. You have expired or canceled, referrals that did not receive response in a defined time frame or canceled by the sender. You have rejected referrals that were rejected, and then you have all referrals. Now these could be so like expired, canceled, or rejected. This could also mean that you rejected them, or it could mean that the other agent rejected them as well. So this is for both sides of that. All right, next we have our referral map. Now this is going to be really good for when you're trying to find a referral agent, say in an area you know nobody at. So over here we have our search map, and then we have this box here that shows production. So when you click on production, you're going to see there's 4 different options, and we're going to go through each one of those 4 options for you. So production, we're going to go ahead, and I'm based out of Atlanta. So we're going to go ahead and do Atlanta. Now with our referrals map too, you do kind of have to be a little patient because it is trying to load a lot of information. really quickly. So when you scroll in, you're going to start seeing that there's going to be numbers and things like that popping up, little symbols. You see all these different numbers. We're going to zoom in some more. You kind of got to wait for it to catch up before you can really do much of anything. Zoom out just a little bit. Now I live here. I'm not from here, so I get a little lost too. Oh, here we go, Midtown area. So I'm going to zoom in here to the Midtown area. Say you're looking for an agent in a specific area because that's where your client's wanting to move to, and you want to find an agent that's well versed in that area. So like Midtown, sorry, it's just catching up. Okay, so say this is the general area your client wants to move, or you're looking for an agent in this general area. All these different location pinpoints are going to be a transaction that has been closed by one of these agents over here. So you can see whenever you highlight over them that this guy, like this agent who actually closed this transaction, that's going to be the agent for that. So you can pin down this results by clicking this filter option. You can say maybe your client speaks a certain language. You want to make sure that they've closed, how many units they've closed before, so that way you know what they're able to do. Just different options here. So let's say closed 4 units. So it went from 110 to 101. You're able to drop down this arrow. You can see some information about them. You see their statistics. You can also click on their name. And this is going to show that referral profile that I was telling you about earlier, to make sure that you update. So when agents are looking for referral agents, this is what they'll see. So they'll be able to see how long you've been with KW, the number of units sold, listed, contact information, things like that. If you wanted to see if we can narrow that down a little bit more. So 76. There's all different kinds of ways you can narrow that down. But you also have the option over here to add them to your referral, your agent referrals, or you can just send them the referral by clicking this little option here. I'm going to go ahead and clear this filter. And then next, we're going to go from production. We're going to go ahead and click on Market Center. Now this, we're going to zoom out a little bit more. Now you'll see that any of these pins are going to be market centers in this area. So we're going to click on this one. This is going to be the Atlanta Midtown Market Center. So the Midtown is going to be the name of the market center. You see how many agents are currently in this market center, and you can see the address of it. And then over here, all of these agents are going to be the agents that are in this market center. So same thing as before, you can filter your search results to narrow down the list per what you're looking for. You're able to click on the drop down and see the information and click on their name, and you'll be able to see their referral profile. You can add them, or you can send them the referral from here as well. Next section we're going to look at is My Network. This is going to show you all of the agents in your referral network. So you can zoom out with this one, and this is going to show you, you'll see like some of them, instead of just showing the picture, if there's only one person in that area, it'll show the picture. But if there's more than one, it'll have the little number icon. And you kind of see where they're located. And then the last one is not really going to be so much as for looking for a referral agent. It's going to be referral patterns. I'm just showing that where referrals are originated and being sent to. So if you ever want to kind of take a look at those, you can do that here. All right, again, and then the last section that we have for referrals is going to be the My Network. Just like on the dashboard, it's going to be the same thing. with the drop down, the notes, the favorite, the tags, things like that. All right, next we have opportunities. Opportunities is going to be your transaction pipeline. So if you are on a team, this is automatically going to default to your team pipeline. So just be sure that you are looking at your team or your personal pipeline. The pipelines are going to be broken down into 3 different sections. You have your listing, buyers, and your leases. Then you also have some ratio and activity metrics down here below. You'll see that each section in each of the pipelines is going to have a number under it, meaning that's how many transactions you currently have in that section of the pipeline. You are able to click on it, and then you can see each opportunity. You are able to click, drag, and drop to move it if you'd like, or you can do it under the opportunity details. Now we're going to go ahead and look into an opportunity, so you can click on the name. And this is going to bring you to your opportunity details page. So any information that you've added, you'll have like the ownership information down here at the bottom, financial information, all kinds of things here. You have your documents. This is where you're going to add your documents to get paid. Let me go back a little bit. And then from here as well, from the the pipeline, you're able to create an opportunity. You also have things like your stages and checklist items that you can look at here as well. So you can add stages, edit the stages, things like that. All right, we're going to go into campaigns next. Campaigns, you can do this where you can create paid ads. You can do email campaigns, direct mail, such as like create a postcard and send it to your database, or you can do social post. Paid ads, if you've been with KW before, or if you've been with KW for a while, the paid ads platform before was right here through command. And I know there's still this section here. This is showing all of your legacy paid ads options. So anything that was before the paid ads migrated to the new platform it's on. If you're wanting to run paid ads, I highly suggest the easiest way to do it is from this dashboard and just clicking on paid ads quick start. This is going to take just a little second to load. There we go. Now you see all of your different quick start options for paid ads. So this is going to be dependent on what you're trying to accomplish with that paid ad. So you have things such as like listing a single image or video. If you want to do a multi-image carousel, again, just depending on what you're trying to do, you can see here that they will go to Facebook and Instagram. There's also a TikTok option. So if you're get stuck for hours watching TikTok and you want to start putting some videos on there, you can do so. But keep in mind, this is a non-listing video, so you can support your business on TikTok from here. Over here, you do have things such as your programs, meaning what paid ads you have already ran. You will see them, the different ones here. You'll be able to see the leads. You'll be able to see how much was spent, how long it ran, things like that. We're going to go back to our campaigns. And then there's also some great paid ads information here for you as well. Oh, that's on the dashboard. I'm sorry. You have your quick post ideas. You have tips and training, things like that to kind of assist you here as well. Your email campaigns. This is one way to send emails to people in your database. So you'll be able to see within the last 30 days how many you've mailed out, the recipients, opens, clicks. You'll see an overview down here. So any of the emails that are showing mailed, you are able to click on and see some stats about that as well. So you'll be able to see how many sent, delivered. You'll be able to see the recipients, all that information here. Tiffany. Let me go ahead and read that real quick. Oh my God. Actually, Tiffany, let me go ahead and just get through this. We're almost done, and then I'll circle back to that for you, okay? All right, so again, so that's how you can view some of the statistics here. There is going to be another place under the reports where you can view statistics for your email campaigns. This is going to be how you can view these ones specifically for this email campaign, or if you're just trying to see a general, you'll be able to do that under reports, which we'll get to in just a moment. And then you have these three dots where you can duplicate the campaign or archive it. If you have a campaign that is still showing draft, you can edit the campaign, so you can continue editing to try to send it, or you can duplicate and archive it there. Direct mail, this is how you can send postcards and things like that to your data to people in the neighborhood that you say you're wanting to farm. You can create a design in the design section, which we will be going to in a little bit, and then you can bring that over into your direct mail campaign to send out. I don't know if we've actually sent any of these. Yeah, these are all just tests, so can't show you any ones that have been sent. And then we have social posts where you can post on your social media accounts. You just come over here, click create a social post, and then follow along with what you're wanting to post. All right, next section is going to be reports. Thank you guys for hanging out still. I know ran over just a little bit of the hour, but we're getting close to the end, I promise. All right, so the dashboard, this is going to have your database overview. This is going to show you like your contacts. So we have 58 people in our database. Of those 58, 16 of them are leads and 42 are just regular contacts. Again, that's if you're depending on how which ones you're marking as leads. You have your database health here. So this is going to show you percentage of your database. So 40% of the people in our database have a phone number. 78% of them have an email, so on and so forth. This is kind of holding you accountable to gathering and adding information for your clients. You also have your database activity score. So within the last 30 days, 75% of our database has been reached out to. Within the last 31 to 60 days, 0, 61 to 90, 0, and then 91 or more days, 24%. All right, so the report section, moving on, we have our opportunities report. This is going to show you the total number of opportunities to new opportunities, and it's going to break down some income and probable income option for you there. And this is going to be listing, buyer, and then just listing buyer here. Now, your opportunities report, you have your database report. Again, this is going to kind of show you the same thing, your database health score, new contacts, how many leads, things like that. And this is going to be year to date, so you can also switch it to month to date. And then you have your goals report. So if you have set up your goals, which we will be showing next, where I'll show you where you can do that. This will kind of break down your goals that you've set up for the year. So the goals section, if you have not set up your goals, you can do so by clicking goal settings over here. You can also break down the year, which I believe they just started this year, which they have 2025 goals here, but you're not able to set those up for 4 months, 12 days, and 10 hours from now. But this is where you're able to see breakdown of those goals versus the actuals, things like that. Profit tracker. Lead routing, if you're on a team, you're able to see the metrics for the lead routing, how many leads have been sent, what's happened to those leads per agent on the team, all kinds of different things there. You have your email metrics. So this is going to break it down from the purple is going to be campaigns, orange is going to be smart plans, and blue other. I'm not 100% sure what other is. I'm going to be honest with you, but that is something I'm going to make note of and look into. Okay. So you can select the applet if you're wanting to see just a specific campaigns or smart plans or the other. And you can also select what month you're wanting to view this information for. So if we want to look back into June, let me see if I can find a better one. No, this one works. So you'll be able to see the account usage. So in that month, we had 11 emails sent out of the 5,000 limit. You'll see the delivery engagement here. So 9 were delivered. You had 2 that were undelivered. How many were opened? How many were clicked? You can also see how many got replied to, and then how many people were decided to unsubscribe. You can also click view details and see the email address, what applet it was from, and then the email subject that was sent out for it. So this is a great way to also track your unsubscribed, how many people, who's unsubscribing from your database. You can keep track of them here also. Then you have your reputation metrics, which goes back to at the beginning of the class today when I was going over the people spamming emails and the negative consequence that could have. This is going to be another place where you can track that. All right, and then you have text and calls. So if you have Twilio set up on your account, connected, and you're utilizing it, you'll be able to see the Twilio information here. All right, next, designs. Designs is basically Command's version of Canva. If you have not looked into designs, I do highly suggest at least doing that, looking at the templates. You can create designs in Canva as well, and you can also import them. But when you go to create design, make sure you select the type of design you're wanting to create per whatever, like, so if you're wanting to email design out to people, make sure you're doing an email design. If it's something you're wanting to print, make sure you select it as print. If you go to send an email campaign and you created a print design, you won't find that design in the email section because it wasn't created under email. So make sure you're correlating with it, what you're wanting to do. And you can always save it on your computer too, so you have it for other purposes. But print, so we're gonna just go to print real quick. This is going to take you to the WeBrand editor. So as you'll be able to see as soon as it decides to load, you have all of these different template options on the left-hand side over here. So you have listings, you can do listing presentations, you have buyer, you can do buyer presentations. There is the business basic section, so email signatures, business cards, letterheads, all different kinds of great different templates inside of Command that you can use. So definitely take a look into that. If you have any questions, reach out to us, support@scholarlymarketing.com, and we'd be more than happy to see how we can assist you with those. All right, next, listings. Listings is going to be the section. If you have your MLS set up, everything's connected. You should see any active listings you have on your MLS here. You also have the collections section where you can create collections and send to your clients. You also have the search option where you can search the MLS. Alrighty, Martha, thank you for joining. So you can also search properties. I should have did it by my location, but let's just zoom in and see. So you can do it just like the MLS, and then you can click on it. It's going to give you all the details. It's going to give you the photos that were added to the MLS for this property, open house information, virtual tour information, any links that may have been added. So that's definitely a really cool feature of the listings. All right, and then the last icon here below we have is websites. It used to be titled consumer. They just renamed it because it is focused more on websites. They did give us a little facelift as well. So now when you click it, you're going to see this new little page here. So you are able to click edit agent site. This is going to take you to this little screen here. From the screen over here on the left-hand page, you can click homepage. And this is going to give you the option to kind of do a couple basic different things on your website. So things such as updating these images on your banner. You have your featured properties. You can update the headline or the description. You can also choose the center point, update the mile and the radius, the listing prices, testimonials, or you can also click, I'm sorry, anything that you do update here, make sure you do click publish as well before you exit. So that way it saves it. Or you can also click expert mode, and that is going to take you back into the back end of the websites. But on this page, when we go back to pages, let me see. There we go. You can also just click settings, and then it's going to bring you to this page. This is where you're able to update some of the settings for your website. So your website domain, this is the domain people can use to find your KW Agent website. Notice there is no www dot. KW Agent websites do not use that anymore. A lot of websites these days no longer use that. So make sure when you're putting your website URL on things, you're excluding that www dot, or else it was going to show up as a page not found. You have your app URL. Your app URL is not able to be edited. However, you can copy it to be able to send it to people. Team referral links. This is if you're on a team, you have your team name, the team website URL, your team app link, and then your team member app link as well. You have some preferences. Do you want these to be displayed on your app and site? And then you also have forced registration. So forced registration is going to be when somebody goes to your website and views properties. Do you want them to be able to, do you want to limit the number of properties they can view before they have to register an account? Or do you want them to be able to view as many properties as they would like without ever having to register? You also have it to where they can view no properties without register. They have to register first and foremost. That is completely up to you. Once you have selected that, just make sure you click Save Changes. So from the top here, you're able to click the Edit My Website, and that's going to bring you back to the dashboard here as well. If you're on a team, or if you're part of Market Center, hold a leadership role with your Market Center, when you click on your name up here, you should see that you have access to your team website and the Market Center website. So just be careful what website you are currently in when you're making edits and updates. And then you have some quick start options down here. So you can create a custom page or a custom landing page. Give me 1 second, Gabrielle. I'm almost done and I'll answer you. So just the difference between a custom page and a landing page. Custom pages will actually show on your website, as a landing page does not actually show as a website on the website. Like when you click on the link, it goes to the page. It looks like it's part of your website, but it's not on your actual website, if that makes sense. So a custom page is going to be able to found either here in the header, or there's going to be the more option with the drop down, and it would be there. A landing page is not going to be added to any of that. You will not be able to find it here. The only way you can find that landing page is by specifically going to that specific link. Yeah, so again, some quick start options. You have the default pages, default modules, any custom pages that you've created. Or if you scroll all the way down, you'll have your custom landing pages here. Now, one last thing I want to show you is if you click on the little hamburger lines over here, the 3 lines in a row, click on that and then click admin and organization site. So there are a couple new themes for the websites. If you have seen those before, you can change the kind of theme to what your website looks like. There's a few options here. I highly suggest not really updating or playing around with any of this information. You do not want to mess anything up with your websites. But here you'll see Google Analytics Tag ID. This is the other place that you're going to add that Google Analytics ID that I mentioned earlier. And just be sure to click Save once you have completed everything.